Hello soldiers of the internet, this is Casador vlog here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of my daily life and what I do daily. But first of all, I would like to point out that I did not went to school today, so no funny stuff going on at school because I had an incredible pain in my belly and also I had a gigantic headache, so I didn't know what was going on. So this morning I just basically woke up with this paining everywhere in my body, so I just went ahead and picked up something to eat, and then after that I calmed down, took some medicine, whatever. I don't know how it's called, but anyways, I actually did that, and 3 o'clock in the midday I went to go ahead and pick up my little sister. After that I went to the swimming pool, which she is at this moment, so I basically came back home because she needs to swim for like 1 complete hour, so it's not really far away from here. So I decided to go ahead and pick up something to eat because I'm extremely hungry, so the eggs are baking up in the kitchen. But anyways, I wanted to talk about something that happened while I was going to my little sister's school to pick her up. So basically this is what happened. So there was this boy here actually staring at the dog. The dog was like, "What the fuck are you looking at, man?" So the dog started barking all the time, and the guy was like pointing at the dog, and the dog was actually getting really angry. So I don't know what was going on with the dog. Basically, I think personally the dog didn't really like this, so the guy was like, "Hey, why are you looking at me?" But the dog wasn't his, of course. The dog was from someone else, so the dog was just walking outside. He was having his time. He was just pissing everywhere, and basically this guy wanted to piss off the dog. So the dog was actually like, "Leave me alone!" And the guy obviously was like, "Fuck you, little doggy, I'm gonna shoot you dead if you don't shut the fuck up." So I was actually staring at these two guys, like it's staring at each other, just the dog and the guy. So basically at some point, like the owner of the dog, he came outside and he was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So the guy saw actually, the owner of the dog actually saw the other guy like talking to his dog, and he was like, what are you doing, you faggot?" So the other guy is like, "Your dog is actually pissing me off. He's just barking all the time to me." So I was like, I'm in a corner, of course, like looking at this guy, like, what the fuck? What is this all about? I mean, why would you be looking at a dog barking and pissing everywhere? I mean, why would you piss the hell out of a dog? I don't understand. Maybe he's got something against the dog. Maybe the dog did something to him. I don't know. So basically, the owner of the dog, he came outside and he was talking to the guy, so telling him that he needs to go away because his dog is kind of dangerous because the dog is not properly trained yet. So the dog was actually very aggressive. So I was at a distance of like, let's say 15 meters away from where all this was happening. So at some point the guy was actually pissing off the dog. He was like, "Hey dude, you don't talk like that to me." And the owner of the dog was like, "What are you talking about, man? You're pissing off my dog, and then my dog is gonna bite you, and then at some point you're gonna go to the police and say that my dog did something to you while you are the one pissing off my dog." So the guy, the owner actually of the dog, was like, "Hey, you better go away because I don't want to have a discussion here. It doesn't really matter what the fuck the dog did to you. It doesn't really matter what you did to the dog because I see that my dog is actually really pissed off, so I don't know what you did to him." So basically the owner of the dog, he actually pulled the dog away from the guy that was actually pissing off the dog. So he goes back home, but the dog actually slipped away from the hands of its owner, and the dog just jumped from like 15 meters towards the other guy and bite him in the arm. So that was basically some of the insanely things that I've actually seen today. So it was kind of incredible to see a dog like flying through the air and then biting someone in the arm, because it seems like this guy actually did something to the dog, because then after the whole discussion and the biting thing, I actually talked to the owner of the dog and I was like, "Hey sir, can I ask you a question? What was going on here?" So basically the owner said, "So that guy that was pissing off my dog is just the neighbour of himself. So basically the dog didn't really like him because he tended to like throw rocks at the dog every day. So basically the dog actually, he reminded that this guy was pissing the hell out of himself. The dog was actually pissed at the guy because he was throwing stones at the dog. So that's basically why the dog actually bit the guy. But I was like, but why would the guy just be pissing off a dog? And basically it was because of one reason. This guy, the guy that was pissing off the dog, he was outside. He was just, maybe just taking out the trash or something like that. But the dog, at that point, I don't know when that happened, I wasn't there, but the guy who was pissing off the dog, he was actually taking out the trash. So the dog actually bit in the trash, thingy, and all the trash actually were released and it was all over the place. So basically that's the only reason for why that guy actually got really pissed at the dog, and that's mainly the reason for why he was actually pissed at the dog and was actually trying to beat the crap out of the dog. So the owner of the dog, he said, "Hey listen dude, you got bitten because you were pissing the shit out of my dog, and my dog actually did something to you, but I'm sorry because I am the one responsible for this. But basically, at the end, these two guys actually shake hands and said, alright, it's alright as long as you keep your dog outside of my house, because it means like the neighbor, you know, the guy that was living right beside the guy with the dog, he actually was allergic for dogs as well. So that was one of the main reasons why these two guys actually began fighting out of nowhere. So yeah, that was one of the incredible stories that I actually wanted to say to you guys today. And yeah, that was an incredible experience. So what I'm gonna do today basically is nothing. My girlfriend is gonna come about 1 hour from now, and we will be having a lot of fun in my house. Basically, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll go outside and do something outside, I don't know. But I didn't really get to do anything today, so that's really bad. But tomorrow it's Saturday, maybe I go outside and do something. I might upload something to you, for you guys, for your entertainment, of course. And yeah, thank you for watching this time, and until the next time, guys, peace.